Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Sharin no Kuni, Himawari no Shoujo. I haven't played this game for a couple of days. Mostly because, I've been watching anime. And I just binge-watched, ReZero Season 2. Not gonna spoil it, of course, but, I like ReZero. I feel like, I quite enjoy the motivations behind the main character. I don't know, it just seems realistic to me. Also, I feel like the author is inspired heavily on Umineko, especially the recent season. That's how I feel like. I'm also not gonna spoil Umineko because there's an anime of Umineko, but it's not really good. The visual novel is quite good, but I feel like the visual novel is also lacking in a way. Mostly because it tends to go on and on. It's a long-ass visual novel. I'm not saying it's bad. I just feel like sometimes it tries to overextend. And that's not good. I still give it a 10 out of 10 though, because of just how good it was in the end. I don't know if I will reread that on this channel, because that is a massive game. It's a really massive game. And I don't think I have the capacity to withhold myself from telling spoilers, because I already know the story. It's quite a mystery story. But of course, it's not just a mystery story. It's a mixture of everything, really. I enjoyed it though. I just finished watching ReZero not too long ago, and I really want season 3 to come out soon, which won't be for another 2 months. So I'm gonna wait patiently. But right now, I'm gonna play Sharin no Kuni. So let's continue where we left off, which was chapter 4. I remember Natsumi not wanting to talk to us a lot. And school started, right? The school was still under construction. But yeah, I feel quite refreshed after taking a break from this game. What happened on chapter 3 for me personally, I don't think a lot of people could relate. But I feel like when Toka was expressing herself in that way and not showing signs of wanting to change, you know? The fact that she embraced her childish self, it was just attacking how I live, you know? Like, I live very... I live in a very untrusting manner. I don't trust people. I prefer my own happiness over someone else's. And to me, seeing that, it felt... it felt too pure for me. I like it though. I like stories like that, just like what Kenichi said. But I do feel like it only happens in stories, sadly. It's the sad truth. I do wish I could believe in something like that though. I truly do. Our fellow students took care to avoid the trucks and cones lining the road. You know, I suddenly realized that there was quite a gap between Natsumi and me. Oops. Sorry, I clicked somewhere other than the game. I could really feel the distance. Hey, Nachan. You're kind of far away from me. Nachan?
Hi?
Can we walk a bit closer together?
どうしてですか?
Well, we are going to school together after all. If we're this far apart, and no one will know that we're together.
は
It would appear that she had no plans to shorten the distance between us. In that case, I just have to take matters into my own hands. On an unrelated note, by the way, Rants 1 and 2 is gonna be released at the end of this month, which is awesome. I'm probably gonna be playing that on this channel. I have never played Rant 01. Well, I played a tiny bit. What do you know? In Japanese, but I didn't get too far because it started giving me random crashes. But I did play the original, and I also played 2. And I probably will let's play all the Rants games when it's out in English. After 1, I'm planning on doing 2. Hopefully I can finish this before that though. And maybe even the maybe the game for this one too. Like, you know, the other game for Sharin no Kuni. I approached. She distanced herself from me. I'm beginning to get the feeling that you hate my guts.
そういうわけじゃないんです。気を悪くしないで。
Natsumi had to make every effort to avoid the opposite sex. Thus, if she were seen walking next to me, it would cause quite the stir. And of course, she was probably rather inclined to flee from men on principle at this point anyway. I could understand the reasoning, certainly, but that didn't make me any happier about it. What up, Sachi? She waved to me and moved in between Natsumi and me. Excellent work, Sachi. Now everyone will think that the 3 of us are walking to school together.
朝っぱらから意味わかんないし、変わってないね、ケンイチは。
Hey, am I supposed to have change in a month?
夏休み明けってさ、山んばになってくる子とかいるじゃん。
Ghetto? Is that what I think it is? It's like, yeah. What? Okay, that... I don't think that fits, Sachi, in the sentence, but alright, then.
山んばってのは今のブームね。もういろんなとこが爆発してんの。あと裏腹系。
Urban culture? Are you sure? Google tells me it's not a good place. Basically, the place where those with lower social economy status lives. I see. I'm pretty sure she was just misunderstanding something.
夏美も変わってない。
I'm not too sure what she was so happy about. She kept alternating between staring at Natsumi and me with a goofy grin on her face. Her smile must have infected Natsumi, for she began to laugh as well. Anyway, Sachi, you're pretty lively, considering that we're going to school.
元気だよ。どんどん元気になるよ。24時間だから投射費2倍で学園も楽しそうだよ。
Okay, she was acting pretty irritating. Hey, you've been painting, right?
当たり前じゃん。
I see. Nice work. She was advancing fervently towards her dream.
夏美といるってことは今は夏美の監督してるんだよね。
Spot on. Ain't that right, Nachan?
そうです。
健一にかかったら義務の取り消しなんてすぐだよ。
Well, let's hope so.
なんで私と話すとすぐネクラくんっぽくなるのかな。
Because you irritate the hell out of me.
仲がいいですね。
Natsumi sure was proficient at forcing herself to smile. Sure was. And again, so are you, Kenichi. I was keeping an eye on Natsumi during class. I had decided to make observing her my current task. Natsumi's desk was separated from the other students. This was most likely because she needed to avoid physical contact with men. But did Natsumi herself wish to be separated like this? She doesn't turn her head, stretch, or make any sort of visible movement, really. She's already separated from the rest of the class. She tries to avoid arousing their attention as much as possible. I don't think you should really call this just avoiding men. It's something more like a distrust of humans in general. Even when talking with Sachi or Toka, she doesn't exactly seem too friendly. Of course, Isono was the exception to this rule, but I turned to take a look at Isono, careful not to lose track of Natsumi. The hell is he up to? Isono was engaged in an animated conversation, but no one was talking to him. A fairy? I followed his gaze, but, well, duh, there was no one there. Oh man, now he was starting to look all sad. He started drumming his fingers on his desk in a pouty sort of manner. He then began to trace the character No on the desk. Yeah, he seemed fairly depressed. However, he returned to his conversation after a short while. That seemed to help him perk up a bit. What? Are the fairies cheering him up? It was just a hunch, but I had the feeling I was right. You know, this would be pretty fucked up if anyone else were doing it. Soto made it feel natural though. I don't think so, dude. I think I feel the urge to share this with someone near and dear to my heart. Hey, Sachi. Hey, wake up. There's something you've got to see.
昨日遅くまで絵描いてたから眠いのよ。
Hey, I thought you said school was gonna be twice as fun.
2倍眠れるから楽しいんだよ。
Oh, come on, just wake up.
何よ。
I had managed to put her in a bad mood by waking her up. Well, at least that much hadn't changed, eh? It's Isono. I think he's talking to a fairy.
磯野くん？何よ、ちゃんと勉強してるじゃない。
No, what the hell are you talking about? It's Isono, remember? He's so totally talking to a fairy. I took another look at Isono. Huh? He's studying?
あんた寝ぼけてたんじゃない？
No, that can't be.
たく、もう起こさないでよ。
My bad. Sachi groaned at me and fell back asleep. So, he's already finished talking to the fairy. Wait, he's at it again! And they're looking at me? Damn, why is he smiling at me like that? Is he trolling me? Apparently, it had all been a setup. Isono, you mysterious bastard. Anyway, let's write off Isono as a lost cause for now. I returned my focus to Natsumi. She still didn't show any signs of movement. You're no Nachan. I remained focused on Natsumi for the rest of class. Break time had rolled around. Natsumi arose from her seat and exited the classroom. I pursued her. From the shadows, like a ninja. I probably don't need to go this far though. She tried to avoid attracting attention to herself to a rather ludicrous degree. The extent of her fear of contact with the opposite sex seemed quite great indeed. She walked stooped over, attempting to occupy as little space as possible. She would pause to confirm her surroundings every few seconds. Every now and then, she would come to a complete halt and gaze all around her. And she grew even more cautious whenever she rounded a corner. I had to say, I found it all very strange. Her particular brand of precaution was clearly something that required a great deal of instinct to accomplish. Perhaps she truly was similar to a small animal. The other students didn't seem to regard Natsumi's actions as anything out of the ordinary. She finally entered the bathroom. I followed her in. Nice.
Yeah, 森田くん。
Go away, kid. You bother me.
そこは女子トイレだが。
Oh yeah.
変態。変態にして国家の犬。すごいね。少女にして資格みたいだね。
Oh, shut up. What the hell do you want anyway?
夏美ちゃんの監督か何か知らないが、あんまり彼女をつけ回すなよ。
I remember back in middle school where I was also doing this shit. I was attempting to, well, not even attempting to. I did went inside the girls' bathroom, imitating Kenichi. And then my freaking, not professor, my freaking teacher came inside. Thankfully, he was pretty open-minded. And I'm like, yeah, it's the closest door, you know? What can I do, sir? Well, I didn't call her sir, but like, you know, teach. I guess you can say. Sorry, but that's part of my job. It's gonna help me pass this damn exam.
あの子が自分から異性に触れることなんてまずないよ。
Oh, you sound pretty confident about that.
僕は夏美ちゃんのファンだからね。君もだろ？
Definitely, Sono. You know, Sono, there's something I keep meaning to ask you. This guy knew about my past.
はあ、やばい。森田くんがマジになっちゃった。逃げろ逃げろ。
I noticed Natsumi turning the corner as Isono made his escape. Damn it. Isono, I'll get you for this. I had to break out into a sprint to catch up with Natsumi. In the end, though, she just ended up returning to the classroom. Isono gathered us after school ended.
みんな、僕のためによく集まってくれたね。
いや、磯野くんのために集まったつもりは毛頭ないから。
照れなくていいですよ、サチさん。
Man, looking at Toka is kinda awkward now.
切ない顔で集まってほしいって言われたから仕方なくよ。
またまた。委員長もなんだかんだで僕のこと
大嫌いだから。
今日を特別な日にしようじゃないか。
Isono leered at Toka.
何よ。
Hey man, what the hell is there a problem, bro? Natsumi looked like she wanted to leave as well.
委員長、僕は君に言っておきたいことがある。
Isono had screamed loud enough to make us cover our ears.
あれは忘れもしない3年前。いや、2年前。あれ ?1 年前だっけかな。
忘れてるんじゃないの。
Enough of your trademark nonsense. Hurry up and get to the point. Isono casually spat it out.
今日は委員長の義務解消記念ということで、みんなで一緒に遊ぼうじゃない。
Our eyes gathered in Toka's uniform, specifically the place where her badge used to be.
なんか恥ずかしいね。
Hey, that's actually a pretty decent idea.
もちろん川辺なんかいいんじゃないの？御社祭を思い出しながらってのもおつなもんじゃないの。ちゃんと妖精の友達もゲストで呼んでるよ。
I forgot to mention this, by the way, but it's explained in the game before in chapter 3, but Kenichi was a bit conceited, right, in how he was thinking about showing the truth to Toka about how it was a branding mark by Kyoko instead of by accident. I don't know. It felt like we made a mistake somehow. It's definitely a mistake. It's not like it's not. I feel like he did made a big mistake there. If Toka wasn't who she was, that definitely would not be a good ending at all. Man, he was really into this idea.
よーし、今日は久しぶりに遊ぶぞ。
And Sachi was already getting fired up.
じゃあまた鍋にしよっか。あれから結構練習したんだよ。
I see. Oh, hey guys, listen to this. Toka is actually good at something after all. She's a great cook.
料理だけとは何よ。
私は帰ります。
What?
なんで用事でもあるの？
Toka was shocked.
おめでとうございます、大根さん。
ありがとう。
ただ4人で楽しんできてください。私がいない方が楽しいと思いますから。
She took a few steps back, turned around, and hastened to flee. You know, I think I used to be similar to Natsumi in a way, but I never actually voiced myself. That's definitely what I think. I think that people should have fun with themselves, and I should just be a bystander. I feel like I'm the type that could be happy if I just take a look at people having fun from afar. I think. I'm not exactly sure myself, but with all the stuff that's going on around me, I feel like my interactions with people aren't really that excessive, and I kind of live out my life in a vicarious way. Is that the right word? Vicarious? Right? Yeah, vicarious. So, I don't know. I guess the way I live my life sometimes is like by experiencing something that other people do. Like in visual novels, I guess. That's basically how... Is it living vicariously if you read visual novels like this? I sort of feel like it is. Maybe not. Because if I say that, that means people who read books also feel the same way. And also people who play video games, right? Story-based video games, anyway. I don't know. I mean, it feels like that way to me. Hey, Nachan, wait up. I don't think it's a bad way of living, though. But it does mean that your actual life might not be as meaningful. Maybe. I pursued her.
Kenichi!
I'm sorry. Let's discuss this some other time.
じゃなくて、これ忘れてる。
She handed me my Duralumin case. Thanks. Nachan.
森田さん。
I had managed to catch up to her at the school gates. Hey, come on. They went to all the trouble of planning this, so why don't you join in?
いえ、私はいいですから。私がいたら皆さん楽しくないですよ。
That's not true. Actually, it would pretty much suck for me if you weren't there.
それは私が義務を負っているからですよね。
That's not the only reason.
別にそれはいいんです。森田さんが私を目の届かない場所に置きたくない気持ちわかるんですけど。
I'm telling you, Nachan, that's not what I mean.
私は部屋でおとなしくしてますから気にしないで。
I want us to have some fun together.
ごめんなさい。疲れてるんです。
I see.
はい。では、さよなら。
It's actually surprising now that you don't see me, now that you hear me now. But I definitely used to have this very, very meek personality. Maybe that's why I was attracted to her. I'm still attracted to her, in fact. She looked even more hunched over than usual. Nachan. She stopped when she heard me call her name.
何ですか?
Let's go back together. Natsume may have been feeling alienated. After all, she was the only one left with an obligation.
皆さんと遊んできたらどうですか?
No. I want to hang out with you, Nachan.
私といても面白くないですよ。
I'm the one who gets to decide if it's interesting or not. Not you, okay?
そうですね。
She must have given up. She continued walking in silence. Oh yeah, why don't we play a game of marbles when you get back? It was a peaceful end to an average school day. Natsume and I were walking next to each other. Well, I guess I couldn't really say that. In any case, we were leaving school together. Nary a word passed between us. Talk about awkward. The evening sun shone down upon us, exposing our shadows. Is it really awkward though when you're not talking to other people when you're going back to school? I guess it is. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really biased, okay? I'm really biased towards Natsumi. Very, very biased. I used to have her personality, and I think, in a way, deep inside me, I still feel this way. Heck, I probably feel like I want to go back to this sort of personality. Natsumi spent the whole time looking downward, refusing to raise her head even once. If I was a NEET, I'd probably have this sort of personality. What are we having for dinner tonight, Nachan? I was all over that miso soup we had for breakfast. How about you? She wasn't listening. Man, I wanted to talk to her. What's wrong? It was as if I were a man possessed. Something must have happened. Tell me. The red evening sun sunk into the distance. Natsumi continued to avert her eyes from me. I began blurting things out without realizing it. We walked back home together on that day too. Huh? We were so close that we could have held hands. Just the two of us. What was I saying? We laughed together. We'd play together until we got muddy. I could still remember it like it was yesterday. Natsumi looked at me, visibly shaken. Our eyes met. What's wrong, Nachan? Had a change of heart? Feel like having some fun? Her gaze did not waver as it usually would. Hey, if you want to hang out with everyone else, we can still make it. That doesn't seem to be the problem here, does it? What is it? What's wrong? She turned away. She refused to react further, no matter how much I spoke to her on the way back. Man, Kenichi. Putting on a front is tough, isn't it? It definitely is. I still do it. Whether to friends, whether to family. I wish I didn't have to do it. Judging by Natsumi's actions earlier, my theory held some validity. Sorry. Just the rambling of a lonely guy. Nachan is scared of touching men, sure, but I inhaled some smoke. She seems to have a deeper underlying fear of human interaction in general. Not to mention having to make decisions for herself. I wonder what made her change this much. Her records weren't enough to tell me that. The smoke dispersed into the night sky.
Morita-san?
Apparently, dinner was ready. I'll be right there. I could probably turn things around by revealing that I was Higuchi-ken. Yo, I'm right here. I appeared from between the curtains. Watch out! At startled Natsumi, she dropped a tray that she was holding. Damn! I performed a sliding catch so as to save the dinner without having to touch Natsumi. No way! I'm the one who should be surprised. I looked at the turbulent miso soup. I had the curtain open, so I figured you would notice it. No, it's my fault, Nachan. I should have told you that I was going out on the veranda. Well, I hadn't told her in order to avoid having her see my pipe. Anyway, this dinner sure looks delicious. Hey, do you think you could grab the trays? I'm just about to spill them. I was bent over backwards after all. I know. I'll make sure we don't touch. Her trembling arm reached out to a tray. The plate shook and made a clattering sound. Make sure you don't drop them. I'd greatly appreciate it if I weren't drenched in steaming miso soup. Natsumi managed to grab the tray, but she didn't lift her arm. It's okay. Just take it slow. The tray parted from my hands. Now get it to the table before you lose your cool. She placed it on the table. Thank God. Whew. We both let out a sigh of relief. Okay, let's eat.
どうぞどうぞ。
So you're still not gonna eat?
はい、ダイエットですので。
I really think that eating together would make it taste more delicious though.
ごめんなさい。
Then can't you at least talk to me? Natsumi retreated into the corner of the room. Hey, what's wrong? Do I have a cockroach crawling on top of me or something?
そんなんじゃないです。気にしないで食べてください。私、お腹空いてませんから。
I see. That's a damn shame. And if I took too long to eat, I'd probably just end up bothering Natsumi even more. Itadakimasu. What's wrong? Well, you've been staring at me for quite some time now.
なんでもないです。
Now I was really curious. Biased Azai, at it again. At it again. Is the way I eat that interesting?
食べ方ではなくて、
And do I have something on my face?
顔ではなくて、
Okay, seriously, what is it that's bothering you?
いえ、さっき、
A little while ago. She probably meant the conversation we had while walking back from school. Did I make you remember something?
別に、
Another one of her classic forced smiles.
きっと、気のせいです。
I see. But hey, I don't really mind being watched, so stare at me to your heart's content. I knew what was on her mind, but I wasn't so sure that she'd be willing to discuss it. I still couldn't manage to enjoy Natsumi's cooking. Natsumi could be summarized as a person who simply drifted along with the flow of life. So then, what should I do about this? No matter how many times I asked myself the same question, no obvious answer made itself apparent. If she keeps living like this, I don't think we're gonna make any progress. So then what should I do about this? Guess I'll just have to go with that. No matter what happened, I needed to become a special high-class individual. I didn't have time to waste. Guess I'll put that plan into action tomorrow. I slowly drifted off into the realm of sleep. Nachan. That night, I had a dream about Natsumi smiling in the sunflower field. In that dream, I was still Higuchi Ken. I slowly awoke. As usual, my sleep had been rather light. I began to open my eyes. I heard a faint noise. I ceased all movement and poured all my concentration into my hearing. It was too early to be going to school, right? I asked myself this. Natsumi did not appear to be planning to wake me up. She was walking toward the door, trying to make as little noise as possible. I opened my eyes and caught a quick glance of her. She was hunched over. Where on earth was she planning to go without notifying me? Well, I had a feeling I knew where. Good morning, Nachan. I don't know if I frightened or angered her. Natsumi jumped back, turning pale.
どうして、
Why? Well, I saw that you were about to leave without me.
起きてた、ですか。
Your footsteps woke me up. My senses are particularly acute in the mornings.
別に、ついてきても、面白いことなんてありませんよ。
Nah, just hanging out with you is more than enough fun. Though I must say, the prospect of getting more sleep sounds appealing. Anyway, I'm just curious about what you were planning to do. Oh man, I'm sleepy. I'm not gonna yawn.
まだ学園まで時間ありますから、無理しないで寝ててください。私はただの散歩ですし。
Oh, a stroll, huh? Sounds great.
散歩くらい一人で行かせてもらいたいです。
Two people are more fun than one.
それは森田さんの考えです。私は一人の方が楽しいです。
Yeah, okay, I understand. I won't accompany you.
ありがとうございます。
I never said that I wouldn't follow her, though. She had noticed me. Well, I hadn't planned to conceal my presence or anything. What's wrong? I thought you were going for a walk.
一緒に行かないって言ったじゃないですか。
Yep, that's why I didn't go with you. You're just taking the same road as I am. It's all a big coincidence.
そうですか。
She began walking once more. It would appear that she had no intention of returning to the apartment. Hey, can you quit it with the stoic act, alright? Your heart's wide open. Like, damn, there's a breeze blowing through it and everything. I didn't actually say that, of course. Stoic, huh? I wonder if that's actually stoic. Someone did told me that I was playing the stoic act back when I was in high school. Is that really what I wanted to be looked at as, though? I don't know. I thought I just wanted to be a friendly guy. Maybe that's not really how people see me. Natsumi had arrived at the sunflower field. She was currently engaged in a rousing bout of standing there and doing nothing. I wonder what she's thinking about. Her expression offered no clues. About me? About herself? Or maybe about Higuchi-ken. I moved closer to Nachan. She squirmed in disgust but did not try to escape me. Do you like this place? So, which one do you like better? Me or the sunflowers?
面白い人ですね。
Then why don't you try laughing? She always looks so dour after all. Time to Google up what dour means. It showed me a freaking map in Google in Belgium. Or, okay, thank you, Merriam-Webster. Stern or harsh? There you go.
森田さんも大変ですね。いろいろとごめんなさい。
I drew the short straw. Why do you say that?
私の監督なんかしなくちゃいけないからです。
Hey now, what makes you say that? I love being around you.
私は一人がいいです。
I think that's kind of a depressing attitude to have.
そんなことありませんよ。一人でいる時が一番心が落ち着くんです。
You know, I start to wonder. Maybe people, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm kind of afraid that my thoughts would ruin like this game. I don't want to say it yet, that's why. I can definitely feel something similar that Natsumi's feeling, I guess you can say. A sigh escaped from her shapely lips.
気楽でいいです。
A breeze blew through the area, causing the sunflowers to sway. Hey, I met you here in the sunflower, right, Nachan?
どういうことですか？
Did you forget? I was fast asleep in the field, and you called out to me. You were pretty concerned.
そうでしたね。
So, who were you waiting for? You don't want to say it?
はい。
Oh, come on. It's not like I know anything about whoever it is you were waiting for.
言いたくないだけです。
I knew that she was in pain. Regardless, I pressed onward. I seem to remember you saying something along these lines. There's someone who you want to come back. Someone who may just be your boyfriend. However, you also said that it would be meaningless even if he were to return. You really believe that he'll come back, right? As soon as I said that... Her voice sounded raspy.
関係ないじゃないですか。
Was she angry?
森田さんは私の義務を構成するのが仕事なんですよね。
Her breathing was labored. That's right.
だったら関係ないこと詮索されたくありません。
No. This has gotta be related. I don't know if that's actually a very good sentence. But I get the meaning. I stared straight into her eyes.
そうやってすぐ
So quick to what? Come on, tell me.
そうやって
Damn it. I may have seriously pissed her off here. But I had prepared myself for that. I went even further. So, this person you're waiting for, just who is he? Her anger seemed to have subsided.
関係ありませんから森田さんには。
She placed great emphasis upon this fact. Natsumi returned the way she had come, clutching her hand to her chest. That hadn't been a very pleasant stroll. I'm sorry, Na-chan. But you know what? It does have something to do with me. I was Higuchi Ken after all. I watched Natsumi walk back, hunched over as was her wont. What? What does that mean? Hey, you know, I was just thinking. School sure is tedious, huh?
そうですか。
We were walking to school together. Natsumi still seemed a bit off, most likely because of what had occurred earlier. Yeah, waking up first thing in the morning, being glued to a chair all day. Still though, don't you think it would be fun if you had a lot of friends?
かもしれません。
Like seriously, can't they at least ditch the uniform thing?
は
Oh man, imagine if they let you bring sweets to school. Toka would be through the roof.
あ、ブツブツよく喋りますね。ごめんなさい。嫌味なこと言ってしまって。
I shook my head, smiling slightly. So, are we gonna have some fun with everyone today? Cut me some slack here. You can't just ignore someone immediately after apologizing to them. Na-chan, are you listening to me?
聞いてますけど
Are you in a bad mood or something?
遅刻しますよ。
Natsumi disappeared through the entrance, leaving me behind. Natsumi arose from her seat at lunchtime. I guess I could have followed her, but she was probably just going to waste time staring into space or something. Natsumi desired to live a life with as few complications as possible. As such, she would never risk raising a fuss by going home early or something. In that case... Once again, the bias shows.
ちょっと待ちたまえ。
Isono blocked my path. What do you want?
まったく。昨日は委員長を慰めるのに大変だったんだぞ。
Sorry. We can do that some other day. I'm sure Natsumi will come around eventually.
早くしてくれよ。特別高等人。
See ya.
待てよ。僕のことを避けてないか？
Well, I wasn't avoiding him per se. No. It's just that your incredibly random personality tends to wear me out.
そう怒るなよ、ケン。ちょっと慣れ慣れしかったかな。やっぱり 名前を略すのはもっと親しくなってからじゃないとダメか。
It'll take another few eternities or so.
親友だと思ってたのに。
He laughed. A stupid grin spread across his face. His laughter seemed quite forced to me, to be honest.
夏美ちゃんの監督についてから僕に対する風当たりが強くなった気がするな。僕は君の敵かい？味方かい？僕にもわからないけどね。
Really now.
あまり警戒しないでほしいな。
And stop acting so damn suspicious. Isono adopted a posture that could only be described as suave. Counting on you, Google. Okay. Polite, I guess.
ぶっちゃけて聞くけど、夏美ちゃんの様子はどう？
Not very well. I'm having a hell of a time just trying to get along with her.
モテモテの森田くんでも難しいのかい？
Well, her obligation is also kind of annoying. I can't really figure out what sort of distance I should take from her.
それだけかな。
What do you mean?
たまに夏美ちゃん、ひまわり畑に行ってるだろ？
Yeah, she does.
誰かを待ってるみたいだけど、誰を待ってるんだろうね。
Probably me. Who knows? She sure wouldn't tell me at least.
そうか、森田くんがそういうのなら本当に知らないのかな。
If you don't need me for anything, then I'll be going.
それじゃ、また明日。
A heavy sigh echoed throughout the corridors as I left. At this point, we're basically playing charade. Natsumi doesn't want to know that we're Ken. Kenichi doesn't want to tell her that we're Ken. Dinner was already on the table when I got home. Nachan was sitting in the corner of the room as usual. I tried speaking with her a number of times, but she offered no response. I ended up eating by myself. Natsumi made sure that I had finished eating and carried the silverware into the kitchen. Need some help? Hey, why don't we talk after you put everything up? She was doing her damnedest to ignore me. Natsumi plodded back to her corner after she finished putting up the dishes. I walked over and sat down in front of her. Her upper body recoiled in discomfort. Don't you think it's pretty sad to be ignored? Even if you hate my guts, can we at least have a talk?
森田さん、私なんかに話しかけても困らせちゃうだけです。
I got a reaction. That's not true.
あるです。
Sorry.
あるです。そういうこと？
In what way is it true? I sure have fun talking to you.
だって怖い顔してます。きっと私が怒らせて。だから。
Well, I apologize if my face is that off-putting. So why don't we try to get along, huh?
私に構わないで。
I had ducked myself into a deeper hole than I had imagined. I guess I had no choice but to come out with it. Actually, I have something I need to tell you. My voice quivered a bit. I must have been pretty nervous. I was planning on telling you once we start getting along.
仲良くないです。
Natsumi shook her head, interrupting me.
森田さんとも磯野くんともさっちゃんとも大根さんとも仲良くなんかないんです。
I started to lose my motivation to tell her. It's not true. Everyone likes you. You're important to all of us.
たとえそうだったとしても迷惑なだけです。
Bother you? Don't you think that's kind of a mean thing to say? Natsumi stiffened even more in response to my reproving glance.
私に仲のいい人なんていません。いりません。
Hey, Nachan, stop telling unfunny jokes.
何も期待せず誰にも頼らずに生きていくんです。
Who the hell was this?
楽しいことも嬉しいこともどうせすぐ変わっていくんですから。
Was this really the same Hinata Natsumi?
構わないで放っておいて。私は一人がいい。
Hey, Nachan, aren't you overthinking things a bit? Living a life of wine and roses like Sachi is way more fun.
私はさっちゃんじゃありませんから。
No, that's not what I meant.
誰にも頼りたくない。一人で生きていくんです。一人がいいから一人がいいんです。
Her eyes were completely blank. This wasn't my precious Nachan. This was... I couldn't suppress the feelings that had begun welling up inside of me.
お願いです、森田さん。私を一人にさせてください。
I noticed that I had been clenching my fist. Nachan, you're at your best when you're smiling.
気を悪くしないで。ごめんなさい。私はもういろいろなことに期待したくないだけなんです。
She hugged her knees and apologized over and over. She made sure not to meet my glance. Sorry, I'll go jogging for a bit. I left Natsumi's room in a hurry. I had run away.
寒い。
Her voice resonated in my ears. Had that been a cry for help? I sat down on the gravel and took a puff from my pipe. Calm down. I inhaled the smoke, trying to settle myself. This stuff was supposed to relax one's nerves, but it sure wasn't helping me right now. I needed to hurry up and return to Natsumi's room. But I couldn't manage to calm down, no matter how long I waited. Nachan. She remained standing at the door. I figured you would be asleep already.
ごめんなさい。一言謝っておきたくて。
To everyone else too, right?
そうです。ごめんなさい。
She said only that. She returned to her room. Had she been waiting there the entire time? Standing in front of the room. Nachan, let me ask you one thing.
何ですか？
Do you want to be freed from your obligation? Sorry, but I get the impression that you don't.
無理ないと思います。私はあまり義務を解消させたいと思っていませんから。このまま何も変わらなければいい。このバッジは今の私を守ってくれてるんです。
I was so high-strung that I could offer her only a single phrase in response. Good night.
おやすみなさい。
The night wore on. Even though it was still summer, Natsumi held her shoulders as if she were freezing. Get a grip on yourself, Kenichi. God damn it. It was nearly time to go to school. A benevolent rain poured down upon the dorm's flower bed. Flowers really do suit her. Natsumi was watering the flowers with her watering can. The summer sun may have weakened, but its rays still scorched the flowers. They probably would have withered within a few days without someone to water them. As is, though, they were in a majestic full bloom. You're great, Nachan.
そんなことないです。
Oh, yes, it is. Most youngins nowadays wouldn't even dream of doing something like this. And you're doing it with such great care, too. Man, if I were doing it, I'd just blast them all with a hose or something. I gestured grandiosely, right? To prove my point.
それはダメじゃないかと。
I guess I had made her imagine the poor flowers dying. Hey, why do you water them so slowly?
そんなに早く水まきを終わらせてしまうと、また別のことで時間を潰さないといけないですから。
How dark. Well, I guess the reason doesn't matter. You're doing a good thing. These flowers would die without you.
私がやらなくても寮母さんがやります。
Really?
もともと私が無理を言ってやらせてもらってるんです。まあ冬になったらどうせ枯れてしまうんですけどね。
She seemed depressed. Well, yeah, that's correct, but she continued to absentmindedly water the flowers. Seriously, man, why do we have to go to school?
私に聞かれても
There ain't no one else to ask. Sorry, that felt weird.
そう言われても
She probably wasn't rubbing her hands together nervously because she was shy. Hey, is this kind of difficult for you?
はい。
Okay, then why don't you choose the subject? I'll follow your lead.
無理です。
I don't care how stupid it is. I'll talk about anything.
どうしよう。ネタ。
Well, you don't need to force yourself to choose a topic. Everyday conversation is fine too.
日常ですか？日常。やっぱりお花とか。
うわ
Two bodies collided with one another. Natsumi's body slammed against another student's.
ごめん
Nachon. The impact wasn't terribly heavy, at least. That just ended up staggering backwards a bit. But, well, the fact that it had been the opposite sex had caused enough damage in and of itself.
ねえ大丈夫
Natsumi continued to retreat. I ran over to her. Nachon, don't worry about it. That was an accident just now. Her face was turning blue.
なんだよこいつちょっとぶつかっただけじゃないか
He escaped into the school building. Natsumi nearly crashed to the ground. Nachon, get a hold of yourself. I had permission to touch her in emergency situations. That was just an accident. Nachon, here. I stretched my hand out to Natsumi, but not without hesitation. She took one look at my hand, then stared up at me. Don't be like that. I reached for her arm. Right before I touched her, she screamed in an unbelievably loud voice. Everyone turned to stare at her. Wait, Nachon.
触らないでください。触らないでください。
Damn it, she was starting to panic. Her eyes weren't focusing on anything. So just touching someone would have this effect on her. She didn't appear to simply be afraid of being sent to a concentration camp. She was genuinely afraid of touching the opposite sex. Now what? All I could do was talk to her until she calmed down. I was allowed to touch her, but I could not. Damn it. We finally started heading to the classroom after the bell rang, and the other students cleared out of the hall. All of us, including Natsumi, had gathered together at lunchtime.
というわけなんだ。
Don't pretend that we've been having a conversation.
なんだよ。全部言わなきゃ伝わらないっていうのか？
Well, generally people cannot read other people's minds, yeah.
ああ言えばこういう高等人ってのはみんなこうだ。
Not at all. You simply have a few screw loose, my dear.
何その言動、超ムカつくんだけど。
So, am I ever going to find out which personality is actually yours?
どれも僕さ。多重人格者と思ってくれてもいいよ。
It's scary because it might be true. He shrugged.
何？ケンイチとのコントを見せるために呼んだってわけ？くだらないことに時間取らせないでよね。
ごめんごめん。 それは6割。
多いね。
いや7割かな。
Don't go higher, moron.
僕的には8割ぐらいにしてもいいんだけど、森田くんがね。
Shut up. Get to the point.
まあ要するに明日は休みだから、委員長のお祝いも兼ねてみんなで遊ぼうってことだよ。
ひなたさんはどこか行きたいとこある？
私は
Where?
ですから、私はいいです。皆さんで楽しんできてください。私なんかが参加してつまらなくしたくないので。
どうして？みんなでいた方が楽しいって。ひなたさんともっと仲良くなりたいよ。
Toka's smile was simply radiant. I agree with Sasha and Toka. We should all go together. Natsumi paused for a bit, but in the end, she still shook her head.
ごめんなさい。私は気にしないでください。
夏美ちゃん、
はい。
あれだろ？
はい
行きたいけど行きたくないんだよね。
いえ、行きたくないです。
But you also don't want to not go, right? Stop making confusing statements.
行きたくなくもないことはないって何言ってんだか分かんなくなってきただろうが。
Isono and I messed around a bit, but Natsumi's expression remained sour.
そんな風に誘われても困りますから。
夏美。
もう誘わないで。お願いです。もう誘わないでください。迷惑ですから。
She slowly, ever so slowly, made her way back to her seat. She was not running away. She was refusing on a very fundamental level. She had rejected all of us, and we had had no way of stopping her.
くそ、犬の森田が行きたくなくもないとかわけのわからんこと言い出したからだ。
どうすんの健一？
Sorry. Looks like we're not gonna be able to do this tomorrow either.
私たちはいいからひなたさんお願い。
You got it. Toka really was a nice girl. I'm sure that she was honestly putting herself aside.
夏美を悲しませたら私らみんな下がるんだからね。
Yup. So just leave it to me. I stared at Natsumi's hunched back. And thus, another day came to an end. Supervising someone like Natsumi, who had a very low chance of actually violating his or her obligation, wasn't exactly hard work. On the other hand, rehabilitating her seemed quite difficult. After all, she wanted to have this obligation. I quietly watched Natsumi. She was drenched in the evening sun.
一緒に帰らない？
Yeah, I guess that's a good idea, but...
あ、今日掃除当番なんだ。
They both looked at Natsumi as they spoke. I can't return until Nachan's finished.
おい、国家の犬。
I would appreciate it if you could just find another nickname for me.
夏美ちゃん一人に任せて。お前は高みの見物か？
I tried to help her, but she refused.
森田くんじゃ仕方ないかもね。
And what is that supposed to mean?
今さら聞き返すことでもないだろう？
Yeah. He meant that I would be met with refusal, and eventually hatred, no matter how many times I tried to approach her.
ここはみんなで手伝ってあげようじゃないか。遊びには誘うなって言われたけど、掃除を手伝うなとは言われてないしね。
そうだね。賛成。こういうことから仲良くなっていくものだし。
Natsumi had found some great friends. So great that there wasn't really any room for me to do anything.
ひなたさん、掃除大変だね。
皆さん、まだ帰ってなかったんですか？
私たちも手伝おうと思って。
いえ、 いいですいいです。私一人でできますので。
She must have been feeling a bit awkward about what had happened yet earlier today. The expression on her face wasn't that of someone who had cast aside her friends.
できるできないじゃなくってさ、みんなでやった方が早いし楽しいって。
森田くんはともかく僕らは手伝わせてよ。
Sono. Man, you really put your friends first, don't you?
だろ？
どうもです。
If it's just cleaning then, she muttered. The fun part of this was that she would certainly have refused my help if I had offered it. It really did kind of hurt. Natsumi bowed and resumed cleaning. Everyone began helping out. I guess I should just casually slip in. 5 people remained in the classroom. Not a noise was to be heard other than the sound of cleaning. Natsumi swept the desk into piles with a broom, and Toka collected it. Isono and I took care of the desks. Sachi cleaned the windows. Natsumi opened her mouth right as we were about to finish.
何？
皆さんに聞いてみたいことがあるんですが、いいですか？
森田くんが本当にハード M か否かが気になるのかな？
実はあんま M じゃないよ。よくわかんないけど M っぽくはないね。
Apparently, I wasn't actually M.
そういうことじゃなくてですね。
I had a bad feeling about this.
皆さん、私の友達なんですか？
We were all taken aback by her question.
当たり前でしょ。そうだよ、当然じゃない。ずっと前から友達だよ。
うん。
だったら私が死んだら悲しいですか？
Of course. I didn't miss a beat.
そうだよ、そんなの当たり前じゃん。どうしてそんなこと聞くの？
いえ、これといって理由はなんとなくというか。ごめんなさい。最近ちょっとおかしいですね、私。
いや、僕もおかしいから気にしないで。
I'm not sure that's very comforting coming from you. Natsumi hunched over once more, trying to make herself appear smaller. I guess we should be heading back. Sachi suggested that we all walk home together, but Natsumi refused. She said she needed to make a stop along the way. I waited a bit for her to start walking, and began following her, because she would reject me if I walked alongside her. She must have spotted something. She came to a halt in the middle of the field. She sat down. She didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that she was getting her skirt dirty. She watched the field spacing out. I moved a bit closer to her. "What's up, Nachan?" She offered no response. Natsumi focused her gaze upon a rice plant. Rice, eh? Was it really that interesting? I tried watching it with her. I got bored of it in about half a second. We've got the day off tomorrow, you know. Is it really a good idea not to hang out with everyone else? Well, I guess you can hang out with me then. Natsumi muttered.
秋になったらどうせ刈り取られてしまうのに。
What was she talking about? Are you talking about the rice plant? She nodded slightly. Well, yeah, people gotta eat. Farmers raise them for the purpose of providing food. Don't you think it'd be a bit unfair to the rice plants if their purpose was never fulfilled?
それは人の勝手な考えです。食べられたくない稲だって。だから何なんでしょうね。
That's what I wanted to ask. I mean, I can't say that she's wrong. Nachan, you're gonna catch a cold. Had she already fallen asleep? She had fallen asleep without even leaving the corner of the room. Did she love walls that much? Well, whatever. What was I supposed to do? She stirred slightly. Her eyes opened a bit. Nachan?
森田さん。
What's wrong? Sleeping in the corner too much for you?
いえ、それは大丈夫です。
I had to admit that I was a bit surprised. She was shooting me one of those upward gazes I had heard so much about. Tempting men. An idiotic thought entered my mind. I shook it off immediately.
放課後の続きなんですけど、構いませんか？
The thing about if we'd be sad if she died. I prefer a funny story myself.
私っていなくてもいいようなやつですよね。
Seriously, I wanted to hear a funny story. That is in no way, shape, or form true. I put it bluntly. I want you here.
なんでいるのか不思議じゃないですか。
What do you mean?
私がいなくなったって日常は変わりません。誰も私を必要としていませんから。
You're being too hasty with that. I'd hate it if you were gone.
それは私が義務を負っているからです。
That's wrong.
違わないです。
It's wrong.
違わないんです。違わないんですよ。絶対に。私は社会の歯車にすらなれないんです。
Nachan. Don't say crap like that. You're as important as anyone else. It had nothing to do with obligations.
おやすみなさい。
She hugged herself tightly once more. I stared at Natsumi for a long time. Would it be okay for me to tell her? I don't think I can keep holding this in. There's something I want to say to you. I want you to listen to me. But I'm no longer sure if that's the right thing to do. Because if I say it and you cannot accept it, then everything's over, right then and there. I heard a slight groan issue forth from Natsumi. Perhaps she was crying in a dream. I thought she was awake for a second. She had just been talking in her sleep. Natsumi wanted Ken. In fact, maybe she had only been able to hold on this long because she still hoped that she could meet him again.
寒い。
Natsumi continued crying. The tears she could not call forth in reality flowed freely within her subconscious, quietly such that no one would notice. That's it. I no longer have any reason to hesitate. Tomorrow, I would tell her that I was Ken, so that she could smile once more, like she had in the sunflower field, so that she wouldn't have to cry any longer. I made my decision. Natsumi's sobbing accompanied me into sleep. I had a dream that Natsumi and I were laughing happily together. We were both grown up. Happily, huh? I felt as if I had just awoken from a very pleasant dream. My mind was surprisingly clear. Good morning, Nachan.
おはようございます。
I see that you're as listless as usual in the morning. By the way, I don't believe that I will ever be able to recover if you tell me that it's because you saw my face.
別に体はないです。私いつも元気なんてありませんから。
I don't think that's true.
そんなことあるんです。
Nah. You're all about being bright, aren't you?
暗いのが私ですよ。
I stared at her.
何ですか？こっちを睨まないで。
Huh? Oh, sorry about that. I was just trying to be a bit foppish. What is that, Google? What the hell does that mean? I guess silly? I mean, it seems like it said foolish or silly, okay. Her face said that she hated it when I played around like this. Well, I was pretty damn annoying after all. Normally you'd try to change the topic right around now, huh? You know, you'd say you were hungry or something. Nachan, can you have a seat over here? I spoke more forcefully to ensure that she would not try to run away. She sat down on the other side of the table facing me. She seemed pretty uncomfortable. There's something I need to talk to you about.
義務についてですか？
Well, I suppose that is part of it. I need to tell you this. For both my own sake and for yours. My unusual degree of severity was making her quite nervous. Her eyes darted through the room, seeking solace. Another symptom of rejection. Do you mind if I talk about it?
そういうってことは聞かなくてもいいんですか？
No, I am going to tell you regardless. I'm asking you if you are prepared to hear this.
よくないです。
Then I'll wait.
待たれてもしょうがないです。
Well, I suppose that suddenly shifting gears like this may have been a bit off-putting.
森田さん、
Hmm? She suddenly arose from her seat.
いつになく真剣ですね。
Yes, that's correct.
キレありそうですよね。
Huh? Oh, I get it. How clever, Nachan. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think I could handle a radish no problem.
大根が切れるわけないじゃないですか。からかわないでください。
I do believe that she was trying to derail this conversation.
言いたいことはよくわかりませんが、大根が食べたいんですね。
No, of course not. We can take care of the radishes later.
はあ、
What I want to say is something very important that involves the two of us. I want you to take it seriously.
なんか怖いです。
Don't run away.
逃げようだなんて。私はただ。
I don't think you can say that, Ken. All you need to do is listen to me.
そうですか。
Anyway, I gulped.
話の内容なんてないよとかそういうのですか？
Yeah, Wait, no, you moron. Actually,
真剣ですね。
she gave me a faint smile.
やだな。もっと気楽にしようっていつもは言ってるのに。
Nachan?
言いたいことはわかりました。大根が食べたいんですよね。
Please, don't make me have to get angry with you.
いえ、私がお腹空いたので。
Sorry, but you're going to have to put that on hold. I want to talk.
お花に水あげないと。
Do it later.
散歩。
Nachan! I pick up my Duralumin case and slam it down onto the table. Clearly, you are not paying any attention to what I have to say at all.
そんなことないです。
I absolutely need you to listen. I opened the case. In it were pictures of me with my father and sister. In it were pictures of the Higuchi Ken that Natsume had once known. If I were to show her these, then the rest should follow naturally. Her eyes locked onto the case. She was curious about what I was going to take out. As I reached for the photographs, my emergency cell phone began to ring. Natsume's expression changed momentarily.
出てください。
I can take care of it after this.
大事な要件かもしれませんよ。
This is even more important.
でも
The ringing continued. I already knew who was on the other end. I also knew that if I didn't answer, it would probably result in a negative evaluation on my exam. I made a noise of annoyance loud enough for Natsumi to hear, and answered the phone. Morita here.
私だ。
And just what do you need this early in the morning?
随分と先立っているようだが、
If you don't need anything, then would you mind calling me back later?
至急日向夏美の経過報告に来い。
In other words, he was saying that he didn't give two shits about my circumstances. Right now? Osuke would never repeat an order. Understood. He hung up post-haste. Natsume tried to figure out what happened by looking at my face. I need to go out for a bit.
はい。朝食の準備しておきます。
We are going to continue this discussion when I return. Natsume smiled faintly, apparently relieved, and offered no further response. Damn it, I was almost there. I knew that bitching to Pops about it wouldn't accomplish anything. Should have told her earlier. Oh well, I want to ask him something anyway. I just needed to treat this as a bit of additional confirmation. It's Morita. I guess they forgot to change the background to the school there. Sheesh. When the hell did Pops sleep anyway? I'd never really gotten the impression that this guy lived much of a normal life. I shall report on Hinata Natsumi now. Regarding our current relationship, I cannot say that it is a friendly one. That said, I do feel that the chance of her violating her obligation is quite low.
お前の仕事は日向の重りではない。
I knew that. My job was to cancel her obligation.
何か言いたそうだな。
If I may,
許可しよう。
Natsumi has been burdened with prohibition of falling in love, which has absolutely no interest in other people. So why is it that her obligation has not yet been redacted?
理由は調書の通り、日向の言動が不安定だからだ。
He tapped his cane against the ground. That said, I find it hard to believe that her demeanor is one capable of tempting men.
それはひいき目というものだろ
He smiled eerily.
う。あの娘を幸せにできるのはお前だけだろうな。
What are you going on about now?
そしてお前では日向の義務は解消できないだろうな。
Is that all you wanted?
しっかり働け。私は特別高等人を目指す森田健一に期待をしている。
I bowed to Pops and left the room. I was no longer Higuchi Ken. Damn it. I didn't want to start the day off like this. And I still had talked to Natsumi. Talk about your bad timing. I returned home. There's no turning back once I enter that room, is there? I would not hesitate. I needed to say this. Even if it meant that Natsumi would condemn me for running away. Nachan, have you already eaten? She wasn't here? I couldn't detect anyone's presence. She didn't appear to be in the toilet or bath either. She ran away, huh? Well, maybe that's going a bit far. I noticed a note on the table. I'm going to the cliff. Maybe the fact that she had told me her destination meant that I was starting to get somewhere with her. The cliff, eh? That's where my grave is. This might even be a nice opportunity. I would tell her there. I left Natsumi's room, door lumen case in hand. I didn't come across Natsumi on the way there. This served as a first-hand reminder of how fast she was. I emerged from the dense shrubbery onto a sunlit path. The girl was there. The strong mountain wind battered her body. She looked out across the landscape. I was looking for you, Na-chan.
あれ書き置き見ませんでしたか？
Nah, I saw it. So what's up? Why'd you call me out here?
は
I approached Natsumi slowly. I was wondering,
あ、何をですか？
you were laying flowers on a grave here when I came after you that one time, weren't you?
はい。
Why?
どうしてどうしてでしょう。そう考えてみるとわからないです。
You don't know.
何度も足を運んでたのに、あの時初めて花を添えたんです。ケンちゃんは死んでいて帰ってくることはない。そして生きていたとしてもきっとここには戻ってこない。もしかしたら帰ってくるかも。いいえ、そんな希望なんてないってことを私は悟ったのかもしれません。だから嫌になってここに花を。
Is that really it? You've been visiting this grave for many years, haven't you?
はい
And then you just got sick of it?
はい、もういいかなって。
She shook her head. The timing makes me a bit curious, though.
タイミングですか？
It happened right after I became your supervisor.
それは偶然じゃないんですか？
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's not a big deal for you. I'd closed in on Natsumi by about half a step. I could touch her shoulder from this distance. But I see it as something that was inevitable.
話が見えないです。
Na-chan, you remember?
はい。
We used to come here together a lot, a long time ago.
え、どういうことですか？
We used to enjoy the view from here, didn't we?
え、
We would laugh together until it got late. We'd let the wind just beat against us. Natsumi's expression grew stiff.
変なこと言わないでください。
She sounded almost angry. I turned to look at her. She did not return my gaze, of course.
もうそうやって過去をかき乱すのやめてください。
I have to.
だからって過去を口にして欲しくないです。私とケンちゃんの思い出を森田さんに話されたくない。
No. You're misunderstanding something. She was confused. Didn't she realize it? Our memories together were something only the two of us could have known about. Or perhaps she was simply trying not to realize this.
違います。
She bit her lip in frustration.
私森田さんが苦手です。とても。
You told me that already.
前よりもっと苦手になりました。
Give me an example.
世の中嫌いですよね。
Well, I guess I can't say I like it.
それなのになんでそうしていられるんですか？
Act like what?
平気そうな顔をして楽しく過ごすふりをしていつも冗談ばかり言って。
Guess that's just how life is, Natsumi. Is that really how I come across?
無理して頑張ってます。
I was forcing myself. She was digging up parts of me that even I didn't know about. It was unsettling.
世の中を否定してるのに、どうしてそんな態度でいるんだろうって。会った時からずっと思ってました。それが私には理解できません。
Why? So just because someone isn't satisfied with the world they're living in, they're not allowed to keep on trying to live in it?
だって無意味じゃないですか。頑張ったって世の中が嫌いなんですから。
But can't you change the world with some of that persistence?
そんなの勝手な思い込みです。
Not wrong. I can't say that's wrong. My bias? No. You're wrong, Nachan. I got strangely preachy with her. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. You can change the world that you detest so.
もしそうだとしても、それはきっと森田さんだからです。私を更生させたら特別高等人になれるんですよね。すごいです。私と同じくらいの年なのに。私はここで生まれ、ここで育ちました。森田さんがどこの人かは知りませんが、きっといい環境で育ったんじゃないですか。
I wrinkled my brow. And what makes you say that?
だって私なんかとは全然違う。持って生まれたものが違いすぎるんです。
Man, she's really rejecting our existence, huh?
だから私のような小さな存在にできないことができるんですよ。
I opened my Duralumin case. You're wrong. That's wrong.
違いません。
No, you are. At the very least, you shouldn't be saying something like that, Nachan. No, you're wrong. You're wrong from the very beginning.
違わないです。世の中は最初から全部決まってるんです。私なんかがちょっと頑張っても無駄なんです。
Her eyes were filled with dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction aimed both at the society of ours and at herself. Say that once more. Say it while looking into my eyes. Can you do that, Nachan?
違いますよ。
Look at me when you're talking to me, Nachan. She took a step back. She still wouldn't look at me. Please look at me.
怖い。
Nachan, there was something I needed to confess to her. Natsumi retreated further. She was unable to compose herself. So, just when did we... I had reached out to touch her without even thinking about it. Eh? Our dumbfounded exclamations were simultaneous. The wind swept away the sound of our voices. Natsumi's body began to tilt. Where Natsumi had retreated off the edge of the cliff. I ran to her. I could feel the sensation of Natsumi's arms spread throughout my palm. I felt the heat of the gravel rubbing against the soles of my shoes. I lost my balance. My world turned upside down. I could see nothing but the blue of the sky. Natsumi screamed. The wind creeped up my back. Isn't it supposed to be crept? As if to envelop me. For just a moment, I was entranced by the sensation of flight, but that was soon replaced by fear. I stretched out my arm, delirious with anxiety. I had managed to grab onto an unsteady rock. If I tried to move, this rock was going to crumble. And I couldn't support my body with one arm forever. Nachan! Nachan!
森田さん。
Please! Your hand! Give me your hand! Natsumi trembled. This won't count as a violation. Would the rock collapse first? Or would my arm give out first?
無理です。無理。
She rejected me desperately. Nachan!
自力で踊れないんですか？
My arm won't last much longer.
無理です。私、無理です。
Natsumi didn't move an inch. She wouldn't even move an inch for me. Just a little. Just a little is enough. If you do that, then... Natsumi simply watched me. She simply watched me, her mouth agape, as if she sought to confirm with her own eyes that a tragedy was about to unfold. My shouts would not reach Natsumi's ears. My view began to grow dim with distress. For fear of the opposite sex won out over saving me. I lost my strength, and my shaking fingertips lost hold of the rock. Natsumi's mouth opened slightly. Her scream found no voice. There was nothing left I could do. I closed my eyes. Natsumi's face distorted. Natsumi herself slowly disappeared from view. The watercolor painting known as nature began to swallow me. That's a loud scream, Ken. Natsumi had not held her hand out for me. The palm of her hand had coldly rejected me.